Testing. Testing, one, two, three. Testing. Nice. Turn it down a little bit. Testing, one, two, three. Testing, one, two, three. Testing, one, two, three. Testing, one, two, three. Good. That stops. In fact, it turned off, so I don't have to worry about it. It's fine. Okay. Testing, one, two, three. Testing. Good. Okay. Okay, I'm here a little early. I guess we should probably wait until about 8 to actually start. So I will keep streaming and hang out in case anyone shows up and wants to talk. But I'm going to play Reassembly unless somebody tells me they want me to play something else. I'm hoping that I can figure out how to clip off this beginning part from the, well, not the stream archive, but from the copy that I upload to YouTube. I'm sure it's pretty easy. But haven't done it before. It's always good to learn new things. So that's partly why I've joined early and partly because I'm just kind of slowly getting ready for the day. Forgot to update my stream title. Smooth move. It's kind of amazing how modern computers can multitask like this. Finally realized that I should enable Do Not Disturb. What can I say? I'm new to this streaming thing. All right, we're less than a minute away from starting. Oh, and it's 8 o'clock. Time to start. Okay. So last time I was working on building a small fleet um, around a drone frigate with a factory block that I had just purchased. So when you start, you don't have your drone fleet anymore, but you still have your larger ships that you spawned and that are part of your fleet. Um, I don't think I had any particular goals beyond continuing to build both my ship's direct power and probably drone spamming ability, um, and exploring more of the map. So, and I guess building the fleet itself. So let's keep trying to do that. I have, it looks like 3 Rs, about 850 credits, And let me just take stock of the upgrade screen. So yeah, there are a number of components that I could unlock. The mine layer is kind of fun too, and I do want to unlock the shield projector sometime soon. Um, but the other nice thing about having a fleet is that, especially if your fleet contains other ships with factory blocks, you have a sort of bring along portable station in a way. And so if you're feeling secure enough about your fleet, you can, do fleet editing and ship editing sort of out in the wilds of space. So I think what I want to do is eventually try to get to this wormhole, which is one of the tutorial steps, um, and also helps you send your fleet and fleet designs off to the server where other people can enjoy them or suffer by them. The other thing is this agent is a fleet that the game has downloaded from the server. It's got 3 ships and it's got 1500p. Um, and I may want to go see if I can engage it and take it out because it's close to the territory that my faction already controls. So actually, I think that's what my priority is right now, is to go and check that out and see if I can possibly contain that threat. And it's pretty far, so I'll actually try to go across this unexplored territory to get there, to open up the map a little bit more and get a better idea of my surroundings. So I'll just go directly east, and I'll just keep spawning drones as I go, so that my drone fleet continues to be around, what is it, 80 right now? And I may build or rebuild the ship design so that I can have and spawn more drones at a time and have a larger drone fleet, but we'll see. Let's get through here. See, my compatriot is not doing as well at navigating through, and I wouldn't say that my piloting is perfect either, but hey, we do our best. I'll just go slow, which will help. And then I've got this guy who destroyed me. Now I should respawn right at this guy. Yep, I did. Good. It's a little bit OP, a little bit overpowered that you can do that, since it would have cost, it would have cost 934p to build the ship. So it's weird that I could just basically instantly respawn as soon as I get destroyed. But, that's how the game works, so that's how we play it. And I think I disable the sound? I feel like I should be hearing the game. Just gonna check options. Sometimes the sound is a little glitchy, especially if you turn the music off. My system sound off? No? Maybe it's just gonna be glitchy. My drone fleet is nowhere to be seen, which is not great for defense. But as I spawn more drones, that problem goes away. And the drones sort of screen me a little, not entirely, but a little bit from incoming fire. Although it's best if my point defense is also working. let's just proceed. So the yellow diamond is actually for the copy of me that's in my fleet. And the reason it's yellow is if you go into the map, you can see it's classified as an unsafe spawner, which means that it's sort of in enemy territory and there are enemies around. And an unsafe spawner is different from an activated spawner in that an unsafe spawner may not allow you to respawn there if you get destroyed. So it may skip to the next closest spawner instead, which is good and bad depending on what your goals are and how protected you are and what your fleet's like and so on and so forth. Although it is important to realize, and I forgot just now, that um, when you get destroyed, you lose control of your previous fleet. So even though that ship is around, I no longer have control of it. I could recruit it if I wanted, but I think it would actually be better for me to build another one and leave that one there because it's actually holding some territory. So I just need to destroy enough ships and gather enough resources to build that ship again as part of my new fleet since I got destroyed once. And again, we've got that zoom in problem that I talked about before, which is making me a little bit less safe than I would otherwise be because I didn't see those enemies coming, essentially. And I'm going to zoom in just so I can see this thing a little bit better. It's trying to drill through my front armor, which I think it did, but I got rebuilt pretty quick. Okay, so just keep on feeding the drone fleet. And I'm just going to keep proceeding east. These blue guys move faster than my drones do, so unless they get close enough to me or hit something and slow down, it's hard to actually attack them effectively. So I'm just sort of just chasing it around the screen rather than actually blowing it up. Oh, also when it reverses direction, that slows it down enough for an attack as well, although you can see it landed a shot on me, which is why I kind of want to have shields. Maybe sooner rather than later. See, I have these sort of conflicting goals. I feel like I would be better off with a missile frigate that had a factory block, so I'm thinking about refactoring. I do kind of like the drones, but they're not too effective at helping screen closer in enemies, especially when they're moving fast. And I don't like that dynamic at all because I keep getting tagged too close for comfort to the control or the command module, and I just don't like that. See, when the enemy gets cornered, however, it becomes pretty easy to get them. Yeah. So I think what I'll do is actually, against my advice, I think what I'll do is I will hang out in a smallish asteroid field with my small army of drones and redesign my ship. Alright, so I have sort of the basic building blocks here, and then I have, let me upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade once to just above 1,000. It looks like I can afford. I just priced myself out of the shield projector. I think I'll take the laser. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll use the basic design, but I'll get rid of the drones. And I'll see what I can do with respect to launchers. I feel like I've overcommitted, but let me try this. I think it's too much. Oh dear. See, I don't like how that works. Alright, let's just place it by hand. I'm probably confusing the computer somehow. This will at least give me a good indication of when I've overdone it. Oh, and I actually moved instead of copying. Masterful. Alright, trying again. Because apparently I am a glutton. Yeah, I don't think the mirror key is working here. So, oops. Well, that's actually not too bad, but it does tell me that I've already exceeded my limits. So let's bring this around. And get rid of these two. Boop. And we'll get rid of the symmetric ones here. Alright, I'm still over by a couple of launchers, so let's get rid of this one and this one. I'm still over. So I'm actually going to get rid of something small, like, I want to get rid of those. I think I'll get rid of these. And I noticed the other day that when I had these sort of disconnected small components, they just sort of deleted themselves when I left the construction or the editing view, um, which was somewhat helpful, um, but I'm going to try to be more careful. Also trying to get super close to, yes, the editing limit, the resource, or the P limit. All right, so now I have a modest missile frigate that I can expand. I got plenty of storage capacity, so I don't really need any more of that. So let's just, apparently I cannot use cursor controls, so we'll do, and hope that I have the right number. And we can check that immediately. I do not have the right number, but it is okay. Um, we'll do missile factory frigate 1. How's that? That'll be a better indicator of what we are. Okay. So we'll do that, and maybe keep the drone frigate. Yeah, we'll do drone frigate, and then a more conventional missile frigate, and then the 2 interceptors for now as the fleet options. So my ship has, I think, just finished rebuilding, yes? And I already have, I believe, enough for the drone frigate? Yes? Oh no, we built something else. Did we? We just built the missile frigate, which is actually not a bad add-on to the fleet. Okay. And there are 2 space stations to rescue, so let's try that. Since we have long-range missiles, it might be okay. And I want to double check. Ooh, I think I got really close. My fleet stance is engage my target. Yes. Okay. Yes, a preponderance of missiles. Very helpful. Okay, and that helps us gain resources, which helps us do more damage and territory taking and exploration and defense. So those are all good things too. This guy has point defense, but I don't think it'll help. I guess we'll see. I don't really want to chase him, but I will go over here to pick up some more resources. And end up chasing him anyway. Doesn't look like he's ready to engage. If he did, he probably would kill me. Just because I am moving a little slow. I do need more thrusters. I'm heading south to check out this inactive space station, and I'm picking up lots of bogeys. Lots of them. Many, many. Zoom out, please. Yep. Yeah, I feel like the missiles are just a better choice. Although I suppose if I had a lot of drones, I'd probably feel a little bit differently. Also, please do not run into the meteors or the asteroids. That is not a good look for us. And I don't generally have to do this sort of clearing out of the whole approach. Like if I move fast enough, I think we've seen before that if I move fast enough, I can get to my destination without having to engage everyone. But I guess moderation is key. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what's going on with the station. This also looks like a potentially big station. It looks like it has some shields, maybe? Yeah, I think that's a shield block. And I don't know what these parts are. I don't think I've seen those for me. They look like they're just container blocks? I don't know. There sure are a lot of them, though. I'll zoom out to see better what's going on. You know, I think I've seen these before as parts of like stations built into asteroids. So this may just be like a solid stone block to help with defense. I'm going to zoom back in. Actually, I'm going to shoot this guy because he's super close. Even though he looks like he's not really a fighting ship. Anyway, I want to zoom in a little closer just to see what's going on here. So that's the control block. That's, I don't know what that is. Maybe a shield, I'm not sure. It looks like there is a shield going on, but it looks like it's very small. And there's some turrets and some defense turrets and a factory block. So it looks like it's primarily a building station with respect to holding the territory. But it's hard to tell. I guess we'll see. I have enough R that I am going to build another ship rather than trading it in. So, and I actually, after that, I have enough for another ship, so I'm going to build that too. And maybe one more. Yep. So I built 3 ships for my fleet rather than trading the R in for C. And that turned out to be a good choice because I now have a bunch of enemies to fight again. I think these guys teleport like short distances. All right, let's go north and see if we can um, rescue this other station. There's a lot of random enemy action going on here. I think I'm just going to keep focusing on building my fleet while I move towards the station. Zoom way out, please. Biggin killed by quick thinking missile people. Zooming in, zooming out. Ooh, another small station next to my station. And I don't think I've ever fought this independent frigate before. Well, it's not independent, the purple frigate before. It's got a lot of missile defense, which makes me wonder if I'm going to get through its shields. There we go. Alright, let's concentrate again. These side attacks are a little distracting. Oh, I can build another ship. I'm going to do that while in the battle. A little reckless, but also just for... Nope, that didn't work out. Well, it may work out. It depends on whether we can get draw fire fast enough. Yeah, it's building. Okay. Build another ship. Rescue this station, which looks like a big one. Yep, it's got lots of shields. It's good. Something is taking my missiles away. Alright, build another ship. So that's the cycle in the sort of early to mid parts of fleet building and management. Although you can have a lot more fleet ships than I've got. I've got 10? 9 plus me is 10? You can have a lot more than that. I've seen rows and rows of them when I've played before, so I know you can have a lot more than that. Build another ship. Get this one. This is another me? Or the drone me. That's the drone me. That's good. There's more to build. Okay. And engage stuff while that guy builds. It might be stuck on the asteroid, but I don't think we'll have to rescue it. Okay, let's go east again. And I haven't checked where the agent fleet is, but I probably should. So after this combat, I will. It's kind of nice to be hidden behind an asteroid while your missiles, and your fleet are fighting baddies or enemies. It makes you feel safe and taken care of. All right, let's look at the agent. Oh, see, I've gone quite a bit north. So I need to actually now go southeast. So let's do that. Mothership. Shoot at more things. Shoot at more things. Okay. Shoot more things. Alright, we're getting close to the agent, which is hanging out in, it looks like my territory. It's hard to say. Unexplored, no controlling faction, so it's not my territory. My territory is South Fed. Alright, so it's not South Fed, but it's close. Alright, I gotta zoom way out, because if the agent fleet is near, I want to see it coming. Alright, my steering is crazy, and I think I just need to settle. I need to edit the ship design and add some more thrusters, because I believe that is the problem. So I'm going to clear out the local area, and then I'm going to go into one to edit. Yeah, I just don't have enough. So I need to upgrade. Okay. And then okay, and then what else? I need some more of these. And some more on the defense guns. Get some more. That's good. Let's try that. I think my steering may be a little better. Yeah, it looks like it's a little better. I mean, it's still, as long as I'm part of this big old fleet, I'm going to be running into people, and they're going to affect my steering, basically. Alright, and because there's a nearby station, I'm actually going to prioritize rescuing that station before I go and investigate the agent fleet, because I want to be able to respawn close by if I have to, if they destroy me. See, we're getting into bullet hell now. Not for me, thankfully, but for the other people. And I'm not going to prioritize resource gathering. I'm just going to prioritize getting to the station. And the rest of my fleet can do the resource gathering. And I will continue to build more ships as I proceed to the station, which is right here on screen. But I have to, not my fleet, but I have to get close to the station in order to unlock it, or rescue it, or activate it. Alright, so I have, and now I can continue the attack campaign against the local enemies. Okay, and so I've helped the situation by rescuing that station, or activating it. And now I can carefully make my way toward the agent's fleet, which is quite a bit smaller than my fleet. I think it said it was 3 ships at 1,500 total P, and we're well beyond that in this ship. So, on these ships, so it's possible that it will be a quick victory, but I guess we'll see. Yep, and it's lit up. There they are. They're in extreme range, and it would be awesome to keep them at extreme range. It looks like the agent fleet has gotten quite a bit bigger, which is not surprising. You can see they're actually mixing in pretty heavily with my fleet. We've killed a number of them, which is very good for us, but they are still coming, which is not so good. And you will suffer fleet losses in big engagements like this. It's not going terribly. And it looks like the flagship and one destroyer, maybe more than one destroyer size is still here. But we just want to sort of take one ship at a time. Alright, so it looks like we got the last ship in the agent fleet because the red arrow was gone. And we didn't quite, but it cleared out significantly. But the agent arrow is gone from the map, the mini-map. So that's good too. Alright, so that's an agent. That was actually a relatively easy agent. I've had some protracted battles in other games with agents where I just kept getting destroyed. And of course it is more difficult once you get destroyed to get a foothold, so because you have to rebuild your fleet, which takes time and resources. What else is going on locally? So I'm getting closer to that wormhole, but I'm not there yet. So I guess I'll just keep going north with my bigger fleet. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of resources to trade, so I probably don't need to. I generally try to like trade in resources or build with resources such that it doesn't feel too bad if I lose resources to getting destroyed. I don't want to stockpile, say, 10,000 resources and then get destroyed and lose it all. That would be unpleasant. My point defense helped me there. That helped me there too. I usually check and see that my turrets in the front have regenerated or rebuilt after I take significant damage to make sure that I can potentially hold my own when I need defenses. But at the same time, sometimes you just gotta keep shooting and pray because you're overwhelmed or you don't have time to plan or the big ones keep coming or whatever. There's lots of reasons to just keep going sometimes. Is that? I can't tell. Yeah, it's a damage station, so let's check out the damage station. Lots of missiles and drones in the air mean... Oh dear, I might die here. Oh, see, that happened almost too quickly, but it looks like I've encountered a new faction which has lots of point defense and lasers, but it seems like we may have an advantage with our missiles and drones just from a standpoint of being able to reach farther. Okay. And even though I can't see what's being attacked, I can always lend a hand by holding down the right mouse button and unleashing volleys of missiles. The guided missiles will always find some enemy to attack, if there's an enemy around, and if there isn't, then they will fire straight in the direction that they are built to aim. So that helps too. You know, don't always have to see an enemy to help your fleet attack it. Certainly helps, but you don't have to all the time. Okay. So I think it's time to keep going toward the wormhole. So we have to make sure that we keep in mind that these white rocks signal this other faction being around. And make sure to keep firing those missiles and launching those drones, since the faction seems pretty numerous. Ooh, they have drones. I might need to heal after that one. I'm not sure what happened to my ship. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because at least zoomed out, it's somewhat difficult to see, to differentiate their ships from the wreckage that's their asteroids. Okay. And these are all ships, apparently. If you hover over them, you can see them as being ships. You can see the sort of pentagons around them. Marking them as ships. I wonder if they launch. I wonder if those are the ships that we end up fighting. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to stick around to find out. I think I'm going to keep heading towards the wormhole. Alright, so I took some front-facing damage from that attack, but it looks like it healed up pretty quickly. And I've got lots of resource to spend to build ships, so I built 4 more ships while I'm waiting. I will continue to wage missile war against these guys. And let's keep going north. It looks like there may be another agent fleet nearby. I need to get into the mini-map to see if I can see any stats for it. Looks like there's a drone launcher over here, which I don't like, and I'm maybe willing to drill through the asteroid to get to it. Do not like drones. Only like to have my own drones. Thank you very much. Okay, so the station is actually in the asteroids. So I'm going to zoom in a little. My fleet is faithfully taking out all of these ships that are among and attached to the asteroids, ship buildings. But eventually I need to get in there. Also, normally I would be worried about the red projectiles, but it looks like one of my fleet has picked up and salvaged some red weapons from some enemies that we fought in previous battles, which can happen. Alright, so I unlocked that station. I'm going to leave it to its efforts of rebuilding itself. I'm going to try to get out of this asteroid field and get to the... Oh, here's that guy from the agent fleet before. So it might be worth actually pursuing that and getting rid of him. Although it looks like we may have done so collectively. Alright, so let's go to the wormhole. It's very easy to upload your fleet. You just get close enough to it, and then I'm going to stay here. But once you click it, or once you approach a wormhole, it uploads your fleet's designs to the server, and then they can be used later to populate somebody else's galaxy. So once you upload it, the wormhole disappears, and you are left to create mayhem wherever you are. It looks like that agent fleet is back, so let's prioritize those targets and see if we can survive this onslaught. The asteroids are providing some quite convenient cover, especially since the capital ships appear to have some formidable long-range weapons. We'll concentrate on the closer ships. Some of my fleet is sort of wandering into the line of fire. See, they destroyed... Oop, yeah, they destroyed me. So the question is, will I respawn right here? I will, so that's very convenient. I think I'm this one. Yeah. Can be sometimes hard to figure out which of the many ships in your fleet you are. And they're not my fleet anymore, they're independent. So I have to, well, hope that they will continue to fight basically on my behalf, which they have because they're sort of protective of their own space. And then the other thing that I can do is I can go into fleet mode with tab or command mode, and then I can recruit local ships that are my allies to my fleet by just clicking them. And when I click them, it spends credits to recruit them. And then you can also see that I have a full resource hold, so I should use that to build more of my fleet directly. So after I've spawned, I'm back now to 9 ships in my fleet, including myself. I'm sort of mingling with another fleet right now. But eventually I should be able to rebuild my fleet or recruit, because I now have 6,000 credits. I could recruit most of my old fleet back into my new fleet with my rebuilt frigate. So I think I'm going to finish up for now. Let's actually go to the station proper. Just for a little bit of added safety. The station proper does not have shields. Also, it looks like, so I could actually try to recruit the station itself, but it can't move, so that's probably frustrating for both of us. So I won't do that. So I'll go back into pilot mode. I'm near the station, so that's relatively safe, and I'm going to end the game here. Thanks for watching. Take good care, and if you want to watch me play real time, feel free to like and subscribe and follow and turn on your alerts and enjoy yourself. Take care. Bye.